Welcome to the Select Board meeting on Monday, March 23rd, 2026, in the McCoy Meeting Room, Mashpee Town Hall, 16 Great Neck Road North, Mashpee, Mass. We're broadcast live on local cable channels 8 and 1072. We're streamed live on the Town of Mashpee website. It's 6 p.m. and we'll convene the meeting in open session. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you. Would you join me for a moment of silence, please? Thank you. Is there any public comment for current agenda items? Nope. Okay. Seeing none, a review of the draft minutes of March 9th, 2026.
So moved. Second.
I have one change. It's on page 7. One recommended change, I should say. Page 7 on the Article 24 HVAC upgrades, and it's the last line on the first paragraph. As I went back and listened, could we refer to that and take out just install new air conditioning in the school and install new HVAC in the school? And then it's referred to various things throughout, but we were talking about the HVAC, if that's okay with others. Okay. Are there any other changes or suggestions? All right. Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. Next is our 6:05 public hearing for petition 194-1127. And would you read that?
Ready?
Thank you.
Town of Mashpee Select Board will conduct a hearing on petition WO number 195-41127 dated January 15th, 2026 from N-Star Electric Company doing business as Eversource Energy to locate the underground cables, conduits, manholes, including the necessary sustained and protecting fixtures in, under, along, and across the Jackbon Road. Said hearing shall take place Monday, March 23rd, 2026 at 6:05 p.m. in the McCoy Meeting Room, Mashpee Town Hall, 16 Great Neck Road North, Mashpee, Mass. You may submit questions and/or comments via email or selectboard@mashpeemass.gov prior to the hearing or by contacting this office directly at 508-539-1401.
Okay. All right. We also have with us via conference call Julie Longa from Eversource, if there are any questions for her. Are there questions from the board?
And it's just that they're locating the underground
Yeah.
cables?
Are there comments or questions from the public? Please, could you come up and state your name and address for us, please?
Robin Hope, 50 Jackbon Road.
Please sit. Thank you. And I'm sorry, Robin?
Robin Hope, 50 Jackbon Road. I'm just curious as to what is going to be installed and where. Because I'm directly, next to the new pumping station. So I'm just curious if they have a plan that we can look at, or is
Okay.
something online that I can view?
All right, you're asking exactly where it's going to be located?
Yes. And how long it's going to take, how much interruption? It's literally right in front of my house, so.
Okay. While we're looking for exactly where it's located, I'm going to defer to Julie Longa at Eversource to talk about when this is going to begin, how long it should take, the disruption. Julie, are you there? I'll try again. Is there a way for us to call Julie directly? Because we've had her on conference.
Can we give this?
Sure.
You okay?
It's
Can I do that?
conference, right?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. Thank you. I don't,
Okay, so let me begin by stating
thank you.
what we're doing is we're going to put a handhole, which is a small box, in the right-of-way in front of 42 Jackman Road, and then we're going to bore under the street so there'll be no marks on the street, and we are going to come on the other side of the street and in front of the Mashpee, the town of Mashpee property, we're going to put another handhole there. The handhole on in front of 42 is going to go. It's going to go. There's a pole on the other side of the street. It's going to go right at the base of the pole and go right across. So it's going to be in direct line with the pole across the street. And like I said, there'll just be a small handhole, which will be flush with the ground, and you can cover it with mulch or whatnot. And it will be in the right-of-way, which is the town of Mashpee property. There'll be no interruption to service, and for us to do the work, it's 2 days. I'm not sure what the scheduling is, but now that we're getting into the warmer weather, they'll do it, once everything's thawed, so it will go on the schedule.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions from members of the public? Please, could you just state your name and address once you said, thank you.
Patterson Riley, 42 Jack Bond Road. Obviously, this is our summer residence, but my question has to do with whether or not this work is being done in conjunction with the sewer efforts. Yes or no?
I'm going to defer also to Julie Longa.
So I didn't hear completely, but it is to provide new electric service to the new sewage pump station at 0 Dry Hollow Lane.
Okay,
Did that answer the question?
it does. Thank you.
Are you all set?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, that does answer the question. Thank you.
Okay.
Are there other questions from members of the public? Seeing none, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. Is there a motion to approve the petition W0195-41127 from N-Star Electric Company, DBA Eversource Energy, to locate underground cables, conduits, and manholes, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures in, under, along, and across Jack Bond Road, as stated?
So move.
Second.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mike?
Yes.
David?
One discussion. Is that framed in a way where, because, I'm getting hung up on the word locate and not, are we approving to locate and install?
Yeah, I know, that's. what
Should
I'm-
we modify that to amend the motion to locate and install? Underground cables, conduits,
I think locate
manholes?
is being, we can, but I think to locate is being used as to place. So I think the word locate is
Oh,
being
yeah,
used
that's how-
I
to
interpret
place.
locate as more like service to find. So that's where I just want to make sure.
Sure. Julie, I don't know
Yes.
if you heard that.
We can send over modification to state install, yes.
Okay,
I would
Could we
sug-
do the approval with the contingency that you'll receive it to install.
To replace the word locate with install. Are you good with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, that would be great. So we're
Okay.
going, just,
Motion to amend to replace the word locate with install.
and accept upon, and to move forward with the motion.
Right,
Okay,
exactly.
all right. So that's changed, Mike?
Oh, I think
David?
you need a second to amend.
Okay,
I'll
thank
second
you.
it, and yes.
Thank you. David?
Yes.
Yes.
John? Tracy? Yes. And I'm a yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Julie.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. Okay. Communications and correspondence, old business, new business, review of requests for reappointment of Yvonne Courtney to Board of Registrars, new term expiration March 31st, 2029. Jessica Colpitz, Town Clerk. Hi, Jessica.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I am here to respectfully request the reappointment of Yvonne Courtney to the Board of Registrars. Her current term expires on March 31st, 2026. During her service on the board, she has demonstrated professionalism, reliability, and a strong commitment for the integrity and the accessibility for the voter registration and the election process.
Are there any questions for Jessica? Is there,
Motion to reappoint Yvonne Courtney to the Board of Registrars, new term expiration March 31st, 2029.
Second.
further discussion? Seeing none. Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay, thank you. Now we have review of the following items related to the May 9th, 2026 annual town election. Request for early voting and request to approve the Quashnet Elementary School Gymnasium. Do you want to talk us through those?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
I am here to formally request the Select Board approval of implementing early voting in person for the upcoming annual town election on May 9th. At a meeting on March 5th, 2026, the Board of Registrars unanimously voted to recommend early voting in person for here at Town Hall from Monday, April 27th through Friday, May 1st. I know that some people will question why this is happening prior to town meeting, but the reason for that is if we had it after town meeting, we wouldn't have a full week of early voting. So this allows the public to have a full week of early voting, and our office will also be offering vote by mail.
Does anybody have questions for Jessica? Okay, is there a motion to approve early voting in person for the upcoming annual town election as presented?
Second.
Okay. Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. And then, you want to talk about the question at school?
Yes, so I am here to request approval from the board to have the Quashnet Elementary School Gymnasium be deemed the alternate location for the May 9th town election in the event that one of our polling locations becomes unavailable for an act of God, if you will. This is just a backup plan to avoid having a special meeting of the board, and it will allow us to have a smooth transition to a different polling location and reduce the hours of people not being able to vote.
Motion to approve the Quashnet Elementary School Gymnasium as the designated alternate polling location on May 9th, 2026.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay. Then Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay, thank you
you all
very
very
much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Not today, next week.
Thanks. All right. At this time, I want to have the town planner, Mr. Brian Tobin, come to discuss one of the articles with us. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Madam Chair. For the record, Brian Tobin, Town Planner.
Okay. And I know we have copies of it. It is, yeah,
I believe they're 30 and 31, if not 31
I
and
think it
32.
is. I'm just trying to get to the right page. Yes. So we have Article 30, and do you want to, are there questions for Brian, or Brian, do you want to take us through?
Sure, I'll make
The
a
article?
brief statement and
Thank you.
update on Article 30. I believe Article 30 is the one about short-term rentals, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so we did have the opportunity to discuss the three options presented to the Select Board at the last Planning Board meeting, and the Planning Board unanimously voted to recommend option 3. So, quick backstory, again, as this board may recall, I presented on that at a prior Select Board meeting, and it's just updating the code in response to litigation at the recommendation of Town Council's office regarding short-term rentals.
So if I understand it correctly, option 3 is just kind of putting into the bylaw current practice.
Yeah, maintaining the status quo effectively, so all dwellings that already have short-term rental certificates as a primary use continue to do so, and you can have new applications for accessory uses. So.
Okay.
Just so you know, Madam Chair, that information, all three options, are in the back behind your town meeting warrant.
Okay, thank you. And then we received option 3 separately as well.
And it was unanimous by the planning board.
Yep.
Are there any other questions for our town planner?
Oh, and yeah, actually, thank you. I may have neglected to mention that option 3 was recently crafted, working between myself and Town Council's office, so it wasn't in your last packet.
Okay. All right, and are you also Article 31? Is it, or Article 32, sorry, which is Article 5 from the bylaws, non-conforming buildings and uses.
Yep, so those are just technical changes. They're recommended from the department. They're red lines that I went through to update the code to be compliant with state law, as well as to reflect actual current practices. And I passed them through a working group that also, for all in attendance, unanimously voted to support those changes.
While we have the town planner here, are there any questions at all on Article 32, which is Article 5, non-conforming buildings and uses?
So would you say that there's no substantial change on, as you stated?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think anybody will notice a difference, to be honest with you, but
That's-
it makes the code say really what it's supposed to say.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm good.
Anyone else? Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you have the executive session sheet? I don't.
Oh.
Oh, no, I do. I found it. Thank you. Okay. At this time, I will entertain a motion to enter into executive session under General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21, A, 2, and 3, Purpose 2, to discuss strategy with respect to negotiations with non-union personnel Administration Plan, and Purpose 3, to discuss strategy with respect to negotiations with the following collective bargaining units, where an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiating and/or bargaining position of the town, and with the board to return to open session. Mashpee Permanent Firefighters Association, Internal Association of Firefighters, IAF, Local 2519, Mass COP, Local 324, Unit A, Patrol Officers and Detectives, Mass COP, Local 324, Unit B, Sergeants, Mass COP, Local 324, Unit C, Police Lieutenants, Service Employees International Union, SEIU, Local 888, Unit A, Clerical and Library, Service Employees International Union, SEIU, Local 888, Unit B, Dispatchers, Service Employees International Union, SEIU, AFL-CIO, Local 888, Public Works Unit A, Service Employees International Union, SEIU, AFL-CIO, Local 888, Public Works Unit B.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call vote. Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay.
She's back. Reconvening in regular session. Is there a motion to approve and ratify the Personnel Administration Plan? So moved.
Second.
And no discussion? Okay, Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Is there a motion to approve and ratify contracts for the Mashpee Permanent Firefighters Association, International Association of Firefighters, IAFF, Local 2519?
So moved.
Second.
Seeing no discussion, Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve and ratify the contracts for Mass COP Local 324, Unit A, Patrol Officers and Detectives?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve and ratify Mass COP Local 324, Unit B, Sergeants?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Second.
Okay. Tracy?
Yes.
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Yes.
Mike? And I'm a yes. Is there a motion to approve and ratify the contract for Mass COP Local 324, Unit C, Police Lieutenants?
So moved.
Second.
Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Is there a motion to approve and ratify Service Employees International Union, SEIU, Local 888, Unit A, Clerical and Library?
So moved.
Second.
Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I recuse.
And I'm a yes. Is there a motion to approve and ratify Service Employees International Union, SEIU, Local 888, Unit B, Dispatchers?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Is there a motion to approve and ratify the contract for Service Employees International Union, SEIU, AFL-CIO, Local 888, Public Works Unit A?
So moved.
Second.
Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Is there a motion to approve and ratify the contracts of Service Employees International Union, SEIU, AFL-CIO, Local 888, Public Works Unit B?
So moved.
Second.
Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay, thank you. All right, now we'll move to the review of Draft 4 of the May 2026 Special and Annual Town Meeting warrants. I think the first article we have is Article 2. To see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $632,490 from revenue available for the appropriation to the snow and ice account, or take any other action relating thereto. That was a hold.
Motion to approve and recommend?
Second?
Any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Given the winter we've had, I'm pleased with that number.
Given the winter we've had, I agree. Okay. Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. Sorry. Article 3, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $1,619,900 from revenue available for appropriation to be deposited into the Capital Stabilization Fund, or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to approve and recommend.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just want to make sure,
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, Madam Chair.
No, please.
So, Mr. Collins, as far as, I just want to clarify, I want to be sure that so it's 1,619,000
Yes,
on the stabilization?
yes. Consistent with the policy that was adopted years ago by the Select Board.
Okay,
So I think there was a discussion relative to free cash earlier. This obviously is inclusive of the 15%,
Yes.
consistent with that policy that I just referenced.
awesome, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy? Yes. And I'm a yes. Okay, let me look back to see. Okay, then we have 8 and 16. Article 8, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer from the Cemetery Reserves Receipt Fund the sum of $225,000 for the design/engineering plans for the expansion of Great Neck Wood Cemetery, 251 Great Neck Road South, and for construction of said expansion, including all costs incidental and related thereto, or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to approve and recommend Article 8 as written in the warrant.
Second?
Discussion? Tracy? John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. I think the next is 16. Okay,
Is it Article 14?
it's Article, it's Article 16.
16, 14, isn't it?
14.
No.
No, 14,
Finance, L.
we recommended
we
by
recommended.
5-0.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's finance.
Yes, and 15 is a 5-0. It's Article 16, which was previously withdrawn, now resubmitted. Let me read it, and then we can talk about it. To see if the town will vote to transfer the care, custody, and control of the parcel of land commonly referred to as the Mashpee Police Station, located at 19 Frank E. Hicks Drive, Mashpee, as shown on Assessor's Map 67 as Parcel 1A, from the tax custodian for tax title purposes to the Select Board for general municipal purposes and for the purpose of leasing portions of such property and/or structures thereon for the installation of privately owned solar photovoltaic generation and/or storage facilities, and authorize the board to lease such portions, to, one, lease such portions of the property and/or structures thereon as the Select Board deem appropriate for the installation of privately owned solar photovoltaic generation and/or storage facilities. 3, grant easements on, over, and/or under the property for the construction and operation of such facilities and for the purpose of installing utilities to serve said facilities. 3, to contact for the purchase of the electricity and/or solar credits generated by such facilities. And 4, take any and all other actions and execute any and all other documents and/or contracts to accomplish the foregoing, which contracts and leases shall be for terms up to 30 years, commencing on the date such facilities begin commercial operation, and on such other terms and conditions, and for such consideration as the Select Board deems in the best interests of the town, or take any other action relating thereto. We remove, so this is back on, could you help?
Yes, if I could, Madam Chair, I just want to explain that there was a concern brought to our attention through the treasurer that had recommended that this be put on hold. And now we've reached the point where we are consulting with bond counsel to see whether or not the treasurer's concerns can be alleviated. We've got some conflicting info right now that we're trying to get clarified. Long story short, it was recommended that the board put this back on because if we are okay, we want to proceed. If we're not, then we could indefinitely postpone later. But because of the timeline and us running out of time, the recommendation is to put it on for the time being.
Thank you.
That's why it's resubmitted, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Motion to add Article 16 as written in the article to add and recommend.
Second.
Second? Is there any further discussion?
So one question that I have, and I understand, I'm not sure where we're at in the process of selecting or partnering with a company to lease said space, but I'm just wondering how that all plays into this as far as the sequence of, we're looking to just authorize them to be able to lease,
That's it, sir.
correct?
That is correct.
And then would there be another?
There'd be a whole nother
opportunity
process,
to vet
a whole
the
nother
potential
process,
vendors that we may enter into lease with?
a whole nother process, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just giving us the opportunity to lease it or to license it if it's able to be done. And then we'd have to go through the process of selecting who would do that work, going through that whole
The bid process again.
bid process.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none. Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. Okay, I think we go right to Article 4, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay. So Article 4, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $337,792 from revenue available for the appropriation to fund the Personnel Administration Plan, PAP, Appendix B and Appendix C employees, effective July 1, 2026.
So,
With said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
motion to approve and recommend.
Second.
Discussion? Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy? And I'm a yes. Okay, Article 5, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $205,990 from revenue available for appropriation to fund the Mashpee Permanent Firefighters Association, International Association of Firefighters, IAFF, Local 2519, effective July 1, 2026, with said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to add and recommend Article 5 as written in the warrant.
Is there a second? Okay.
Second.
Any discussion? Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy? Yes. And I'm a yes. Article 6, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $171,495 from revenue available for appropriation to fund the Mass COP Local 324, Unit A, Patrol Officers and Detectives, effective July 1, 2026, with said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to approve and recommend.
Discussion? Seeing none. Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Article 7. To see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $43,040 from revenue available for the appropriation to fund the Mass COP Local 324, Unit B, Sergeants, effective July 1, 2026, with said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
So moved.
Second? Oh, sorry.
Okay. And Trace?
And that was a motion to add and recommend.
Thank you. Yeah, a motion to add and recommend, and we have a second. Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Article 8 is to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $27,635 from revenue available for appropriation to fund the Mass COP Local 324, Unit C, Police Lieutenants, effective July 1, 2026, with said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to approve and recommend.
Second.
Okay. Seeing no discussion. Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy? Yes. And I'm a yes. Article 9, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer a sum of money not to exceed $89,897 from revenue available for appropriation to fund the Service Employees International Union, SEIU, Local 888, Unit A, Clerical Library, effective July 1, 2026, with said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to add and recommend Article 9 as written in the warrant.
Second with Johnson.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Recuse?
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Article 10, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer a sum of money not to exceed $38,702 from revenue available for appropriation to fund the Service Employees International Union, SEIU, Local 888, Unit B, Dispatchers, effective July 1, 2026, with said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to approve and recommend.
Second.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy? Yes. Thanks. All right. Article 11, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $107,685 from revenue available for appropriation to fund the Service Employees International Union, SEIU, AFL-CIO, Local 888, Public Works Unit A, effective July 1, 2026, with said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to approve and recommend.
Second.
Okay. Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Article 12, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $132,740 from revenue available for appropriation to fund the Service Employees International Union, SEIU, AFL-CIO, Local 888, Public Works Unit B, effective July 1, 2026, with said funds to be distributed to various salary line items by the town accountant or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to add and recommend Article 12 as written in the warrant.
Second.
Okay, Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Go to 13. Article 13, to see if the town will vote to approve the annual regional school budget for the Cape Cod Regional Technical High School District for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2026, in the amount of $19,300,000, and further to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $1,066,448 to meet its share of the cost of operation and maintenance of the Cape Cod Regional Technical High School for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2026, or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to add and recommend Article 13 as written in the warrant.
Second.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy? Yes. And I'm a yes. Okay, 14. I
As an
think-
aside comment, you notice that the students have reduced by 8 students. The numbers are going down.
Yeah. I know. Okay, I think that
Years
moves.
ago, we had well over 60 or
All,
70.
all students are going down.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, throughout Massachusetts schools.
Yeah.
Okay. Article 20, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer the sum of $50,000 from FY 2027 Community Preservation Fund estimated annual revenues pursuant to the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 44B, Section 5, to the Community Preservation Committee Administrative and Operating Expense Account, including necessary costs and expenses related thereto, as recommended by the Community Preservation Committee, or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to approve and recommend Article 20 as written in the warrant.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Tracy? Yes. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. That brings us to Article 24. To see if the town will vote to authorize the treasurer, upon the approval of the select board, to borrow the sum of $11,500,000 at one time or from time to time, under and pursuant to Chapter 44, Section 7 or 8 of the general laws, or any other enabling authority, and to appropriate said sum for the purpose of paying costs of HVAC upgrades at the Quashnet Intermediate School, including all other costs incidental and related thereto, as recommended by the Capital Improvement Program Committee, provided, however, that any borrowing authorized hereunder shall be expressly subject to and contingent upon approval by the voters of the town of a ballot question to exclude from the limitations of Proposition 2.5, so-called General Law, Chapter 59, Section 21C, the amounts required to pay the principal and interest on any bonds, notes, or certificates of indebtedness issued hereunder, or take any other action relating thereto. Could we get a motion for discussion?
Motion to
or-
approve and recommend.
Okay, and
Now we
then we'll get into discussion.
I just wanted to point out to the board that you did request a breakdown, and I think you've all received it, of the cost.
Yes, in addition to that, I thought this was the one that we had taken the recommendation that we were going to include the language that, so that this was to address additionally above and beyond the HVAC, AC, the fire suppression, bringing it up to modern codes.
Yes, sir.
And that language, I didn't hear it as it was read,
No, you heard correctly.
right?
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as the explanation, I thought, because the explanation hasn't changed.
So I
I
think,
think we felt that it would help sell it
It-
to the,
Yeah,
it would
it's-
kind of make people feel more comfortable in
It
supporting
it
it.
is definitely inclusive. In terms of the language,
Correct.
that was referenced prior to. I don't
Right.
believe there's any legal issue with it, but
Not a legal issue, it's just, and again,
if you have any questions regarding the details.
I just feel if this goes in front of, with the warrant article, the way it's as written, it's still vague. It just says HVAC.
so would you like it, is what you and David both asking for, I think, is to have it say HVAC and fire suppression?
I mean, however, it needs to be explained. I mean, if I look at this grand summary,
The word safety should be in there someplace,
there's,
if you're gonna,
so even in this grand summary, I mean, general conditions, general administrative,
If you
PB bond, design contingency, where,
go to the next page.
these are-
what? Flooring, carpeting, acoustic,
You asked for a breakdown.
fire suppression, right, all right, so now fire suppression, $750,000, like, but fire suppression's not in the explanation still. Can we, and I think we have another article that we're gonna have some additional explanation.
We can do some upgrades to the explanation, but we cannot change the article.
No, yeah, I'm not talking about the article,
But we can upgrade
or
the
even if it's
explanation to
a
include
separate
this.
handout with a further explanation.
We could,
I just,
I think we can elaborate on, the explanation, and then, not the article, but on the explanation, and then what we can also do is provide, whatever you want to call it, an information bulletin, an educational sheet, or whatever you want to call it,
It's-
with a little bit more of a breakdown. Just
Further
so that there's-
explanation for the
just
article,
so
that's
there's
all.
no confusion.
right.
I think specifically what we were looking for was just making mention that it's going to, there was older sections of the building, that this will bring the safety requirements up to modern codes relative to the fire suppression. Just because that's kind of a key point that I think will rally people to support it, if I recall correctly.
good, we can certainly do that, and we'll have it updated explanation for the final, when you do the final.
Because I know even the school committee who was here last meeting, she was strongly in favor of just
Yeah.
more support for explanation.
Okay.
So,
We'll specifically reference the code and the fire suppression system. We'll plagiarize you.
so building code
Yes,
and with relation to fire suppression.
correct.
Is there anything else that should be in the explanation?
I mean, that's the big one.
That's all I was looking for,
Yep.
yeah.
The rest is all construction.
Okay, can we move forward on this with
Recommended amendments.
with the recommended amendments?
Or you can hold.
With,
Well, right now, we have a motion to approve and recommend, and a second. So
I'm good with that, with the additional explanation to be handed out at town meeting.
Do you have to see it?
What?
Huh?
No, he's good.
I'm just wondering, do you have to see it? I mean, we've held it this long. Do
Well-
you hold it until you see the language, or are you comfortable?
I'm good with,
I would rather, to be honest with you, that you vote it on and vote for it. You'll have the final coming up on the 30th, and if it doesn't meet your approval, then we can do what has to be done.
I'm good with that. I'd like to get it done.
And Tracy, do you have other questions or comments at this point?
So I think whatever's been discussed so far is on point. I think it would really be supportive for residents to understand the amount, just the general breakdown, that it's not simply for, air conditioning, for example. So thank you for adding that into the explanation.
Are there other points of discussion or questions?
I think at the last meeting, we already approved to add, we just didn't vote on the recommendation piece.
Okay, but
So-
that's what we're talking about. That's what I think we're moving forward now.
I think the motion was framed as to approve and recommend.
Well, worst case, we just add it twice that we did do it last time. I'm not sure.
Okay,
I-
so would you like, did you make the motion? I'm sorry, I don't remember who did. Could you,
Motion to recommend.
do you want to make,
We-
do
I mean,
you want to make?
We already have a
to-
motion,
We have an emotion, we have a motion.
and we have a first and second.
And we do, we have a first and second, and I believe, if I'm hearing correctly, you wanted to amend the motion, am I correct?
no, we can leave it the same, because we already approved, voted to add it, so
Okay,
approve and recommend is still
okay,
relevant.
Okay.
Yep, no,
all right.
I withdraw the motion to amend
Okay.
the motion.
So if I can just take a minute, because I think this is really important, and I agree with all of you that the fire suppression should be on there. When this came up, I spent some time looking at various sources, and I've just got some facts that I think kind of surprised me that there's this much research about the importance of temperature. So I only have a few points, so just bear with me. Room temperature for effective learning is between 68 and 74 degrees. As temperature rises, learning declines. Exam scores are significantly lower when temperatures are in the 90s than when the temperature are at 72. That's in May, a lot of times when kids are taking our state mandated exams. May is when students participate in state-required standardized testing. Test results weigh heavy in the evaluation of our schools and of kids. 80 degrees outside can lead to 90 degrees inside within a few days, especially in rooms on the second floor. American Academy of Pediatrics talks about children are more susceptible to heat illnesses than adults. Another one from the Academy of Pediatrics, extreme heat results in lack of motivation, growing rates of distraction, cognitive decline, with the impact on student performance 3 times greater for math than for ELA. And the greatest impact is on low-income students, who are also less apt to have air conditioning at home. So all of the other things are really important. There's a large body of research that talks about heat and student learning. And if we're talking 2 months of the year, we're talking 20% of our school year. So, thank you. All right, are we ready to take a vote?
Yes.
Okay, it's Tracy,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
and I'm a yes.
But I still think we should look further at whether we need all 3 buildings at some point.
So, let me vote. I'm a yes.
Yes, otherwise.
I think at some point we can look at that, and thoughtfully. Okay. Article 25. We have voted on Article 26. Sorry. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
That's where I am too.
Article 30, to see if the town will vote to continue participation in the Cape Cod Aqua Fund, formerly the Community Septic Management Program, and the Mass Clean Water Trust for the purpose of making loans to residents of the town for repairing and/or upgrading residential septic systems pursuant to agreements between the Board of Health and residential property owners, including all costs incidental and related thereto, or take any other action relating thereto.
Motion to add and recommend.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none. Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Tracy?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay. Article 31 is, let me find the new copy. We're looking at option 3. I have it somewhere, but if you have it right there, or John has it, that would be great. Thank you very much. All right, Article 31, to see we're looking at option 3, which Mr. Tobin explained, to see if the town will vote to amend the zoning bylaws of the town of Mashpee, a copy of which is available on the town's website and available for viewing in the office of the town clerk, to expressly authorize short-term rental of a residential home as a primary use of those properties that have received a rental certificate from the town pursuant to the town code and the Board of Health short-term rental regulation prior to May 4th, 2026. And for all properties that have not received said rental certificate as of May 4th, 2026, to be eligible for short-term rental only as an accessory use, and further to add a definition of short-term rental as follows, with the language to be added to the bylaw shown in bold underlined text, and the language to be deleted shown in strike-through text, and further to authorize the town clerk to make any non-substantive changes to the numbering and formatting of the bylaw as follows, or take any other action relating thereto. And the text just defines the terms. It defines short-term rental and renting an existing dwelling on a short-term or long-term basis. Is there a motion to
To add and
approve?
recommend, as written in the article.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I'm just reviewing the final edits. I'm fine.
Okay. All right, Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. And then we go to Article 32. Article 32, to see if the town will vote to amend the Mashpee zoning bylaws, sections 174-17, continuance, extensions, alterations, and 174-17.1, raise and replace by changing the wording as follows. And this is long. I know you've all had an opportunity to read it and to ask the town planner questions. And we learned the planning board approved it unanimously.
Motion to approve and recommend.
Second.
Discussion? Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. The next one is, I think we're done. The next one is trade and fur products and the excessive noise that we have already voted on. Looks like we're done, Gio. All right. Okay, public comment from any item not on the agenda. Additional topics? Liaison reports. I know we only met a week ago.
Not, yeah, none of this time.
Water quality updates. Same with that. Town manager updates.
I've just been consumed with contracts. I've got nothing other than contracts.
Thank you for all your work. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Tracy?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Mike? I'm a yes. Okay.